So talk to me about the other side of that, right? We talked about, people who don't think they can afford it, but there's a lot of companies, big, small, middle, they say, we've got it handled. We're good. We're golden. We're there. How do you respond to that?
Well, my first question was, can you define that for me? What does "I got it handled" mean for you? Does it mean you've got the box checked? There was a questionnaire on your cyber insurance form that says, "Do you do this?" And you said, "Yes, I do that," and you meet the minimum standard because you've mitigated the risk of not doing it maybe in a more appropriate way. You've mitigated that by being able to qualify and obtain cyber insurance. So you've got an 8 to 5 capability. So you've got some tools or some people that say they've got the right tools. And if something happens outside of that, you've got insurance. Well, that is changing. Insurance companies are becoming more risk averse, and they're going to be putting more requirements on organizations, both up front to qualify for a policy, but also in the back end. If you have an incident and you file a claim, they're going to start asking a ton of questions and asking for some evidence before they pay that claim. Because if you weren't diligent, they're not going to pay it. And so cyber policies are also a checkbox these days with organizations that don't really read the fine print. So what I would say to an organization that really thinks they've got it handled was, well, let's talk through that. Let's understand what you think "I've got it handled" means, and then determine if there's any real gaps in how that coverage or control truly protects you, and if there's any opportunity to make that more effective. And I can tell you a lot of the organizations that we've worked with, and these are like, brand name, you recognize them in, commercials or driving down the street, huge billion-dollar companies have one cyber person work at 8 to 5. Well, he's paid 8 to 5. They're paid 8 to 5, but they're probably working, 80 hours a week. And they think they've got it handled. And you talk to that cyber person, they're like, yeah, we don't have it handled. I'm just doing my job. I've got a budget and we're trying to make it work. I'm trying to protect this company. And, we need to educate the board. We need to educate the management that, checking the box isn't good enough. And one really bad day could have a huge impact on the company's reputation, their bottom line. You could lose your insurance. You could lose your ability to take credit cards. I mean, there's a lot of implications there that companies need to consider before they really rest on the "we've got it covered" mentality.